YouTube, it's me DB, back with you for another awesome Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today I thought I'd start my new series, DB's Discussions, Discussions, and the first card that I'm going to discuss with you today is Mirror Force. Hopefully you guys can see this. I know the lighting's not too great, though. It is dark outside, though, where I live here. So basically the series is going to focus on discussions of a certain card. It could be from the Pokemon TCG, Card Fight Van card, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, anything like that. So it's going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh card to start things off for us today. So, here's the basic way that you can use a Mirror Force. Let's say that this is the only card in your hand right now. Your opponent doesn't know that. And your opponent is running the Yang Zings. That's what I have here for example. So, your turn, and all you have to do is just set this card face down, just like so. So now your opponent thinks that he or she could have a free shot at your life points. So, during their turn, they're going to attack with all of their monsters, the Yang Zings, and then you surprise them by slipping on the Mirror Force. That automatically destroys all of your opponent's monsters because all of your opponent's monsters were in attack position. The Mirror Force destroys all attack position monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So, that's basically the way to use Mirror Force, and my tip to you is to wait until your opponent gets out his or her strongest type of monster. And then you can use Mirror Force on that, and you don't have to bother with it. So, now, how to avoid Mirror Force? So, I'm going to switch sides here. And first of all, let's say you're the one that's running the Yang Zing. But I'm going to use the weaker Yang Zing as a sample for your opponent. And we're going to have it set like that in defense position. With the Mirror Force trap card set. You don't know that yet. So, you decide to run this, the Evil of the Yang Zing, and you also have a card set down, which I'm going to explain in just a little bit. So it's your turn, you think you can destroy your opponent's monster, boom, and your opponent springs Mirror Force. So, that normally would destroy your attacking monster, but you have a card set to counter Mirror Force, and that card is called Book of Moon. Now, what Book of Moon does is that you can set your monster into face-down defense position, just like this, and therefore it negates Mirror Force, and Mirror Force gets destroyed. So that's basically one way that you can counter that, but you only have to have one monster on your side of the field for that to really work, because if you have another one, like this guy, and he too is set in attack position, then he gets destroyed thanks to Mirror Force. Alright, so, another way that you can do this is that if you're running the Ice Hand and Fire Hand combination, and the first one I'm going to show you is the Fire Hand. So I'm going to take this guy off, and put Fire Hand out in attack position, and I'll take Book of Moon off too. And let's say your opponent has Mirror Force again face down, and again a face down defense position monster. And you know Fire Hand has more attack points than the face down defense position monster, at least you think you do. So, you attack right into it. Your opponent will then activate Mirror Force, thus destroying the Fire Hand, but the Fire Hand still gets to destroy your opponent's monsters because of its special effect, because whenever it gets destroyed by a card effect, it'll destroy the monster that your opponent has, like so. And so this guy gets destroyed, but also gets to special summon your Ice Hand. Now, Ice Hand has kind of a similar effect to Fire Hand, except that it can destroy an extra one of your opponent's spell or trap cards. So let's say that we can do that. That's pretty much it, so I'm going to put it on up so you guys can see. So that's pretty much it for your opponent there. Just the two cards, no monsters to defend his or her, to defend him or herself. So you decide to attack again with Ice Hand. And then your opponent activates Mirror Force, just like normal. But that would be destroying Fire Hand, or Ice Hand, sorry. But Ice Hand, just like Fire Hand gets to destroy an extra monster, Ice Hand gets to destroy your opponent's extra spell or trap card, whether it's set or not. So it gets to destroy the Forbidden Lance, which I used here in the example, and we'll get to special summon out your Fire Hand. And again, you can, and again, the effect, Fire Hand destroys one of your opponent's monsters if it gets destroyed by card effects, so you can special summon your Ice Hand out again, and really get some destructive things going on here. Alright, so another and a more simpler way of getting rid of Mirror Force is this guy, Jinzo. So let's say your opponent has a Mirror Force already set. You decide to sacrifice your Fire Hand in order to play Jinzo. Now, your opponent can't even use Mirror Force because of Jinzo's effect. Jinzo doesn't allow anybody to use a trap card, so he doesn't allow you to use a trap card either. So, but you at least stopped your opponent from using Mirror Force, and you still get a pretty strong monster out there in the field. I know there's some cards that can stop Jinzo out there right now, but still, you get a pretty strong monster out there on the field, and if your opponent doesn't have anything to protect him or herself, then they're in trouble. Alright, so let me know in the comments below what card would you like to see in the next episode of DB's card discussion, and I will see if I can do a discussion on it. Perhaps it could be, something like Polymerization, or maybe even your favorite monster card, like Jinzo, or maybe even a card such as Book of Moon, or Forbidden Lance, or something like that. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Also, don't forget to please favorite and share this video amongst your friends so that they can see. And that's it. I'm DB, and I am out. See ya.